It's wake up time as we go one-on-one on the Coffee with Coach Zoomcast. Today, man, got special guests, man, a Commodore through and through, Spencer Pulley, VU alum. Man, he's now heading into the sixth year. I think he's had 5 years in the league. My man has been able to do exactly what he's wanted to do. He came to the SEC, but he got it hot. Left here, and then went to the league and grinded his way through, and now, man, he finds himself on the cusp of, man, heading into, year six. So, Spence, talk to me, man. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I appreciate you having me, Coach.
Tell me a little bit about, what you learned about yourself on your time, or in your time on West End.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely very grateful and blessed that I got to spend that time at Vanderbilt, because I think it set me up for the rest of my career. Kind of my whole football career. I like to look at it as I've always kind of been that underdog guy. I've kind of been, that guy that starts down at the bottom, and that's how it was for me personally at Vanderbilt, and that's how it was for us as a team at Vanderbilt when I first got there. And so, it instilled in me those principles, that hard work, that it doesn't matter what else is going on, what people are telling you, where you're at, you just do the work and things are going to
happen. Love it, man. That's spoken like you, man. I mean, you're pure lumberjack, man. I'll take a dude like you every day of the week, bro.
That's
right. Man, as you look at it, look back a little bit on your career, what was it like competing in the SEC?
Man, it was the best. You wouldn't have it any other way. I mean, as a competitor, you always want to go against the best. I think the guys that make it to the NFL, that's part of what they want so bad, is to go against the best, and that's what it was like in the SEC. You're always, especially as an offensive and defensive lineman, like that's the trenches. I don't know if there's. I think now still, and especially when I was there, there's not a better offensive and defensive conference.
No, not even close.
Not even close. And so you get to know every day you're going against the best in the country, and so it gives you that fire. But it was always the highest level of competition.
Academically, what did you choose to major in and why?
So I majored in human and organizational development, which a lot of people don't know about the Vanderbilt majors and everything, but that's basically the business school undergrad at Vandy. And not only is my whole family a family of accountants, my dad is a CPA, and so that's kind of couldn't run away from it. But when I was in high school, I didn't know a whole lot about if I was going to play in college. Playing in college, I wasn't necessarily thinking I'm going to be playing in the NFL. So I'm like, I'm going to get this degree. That's why part of the whole reason I went to Vanderbilt, and I thought that degree was going to set me up for a good course.
You played 3 different positions at Vanderbilt. Man, the versatility was phenomenal. How do you believe that playing 3 positions in college helped you or prepared you to go to the NFL, where you were going to have to play multiple positions as well?
Yeah, I think it helped me twofold. One, when I first got to the NFL, I had to play multiple positions. I was an undrafted guy. I come in, you got no choice. You got to be able to play different positions. And, my first year, I was kind of that swing guy for, the center and both guards. And so that was huge, having that experience of playing both. But also when you play each position, I think you get a bigger grasp of the whole scheme. You get a better understanding of what each player is doing and, what they have to do. And, playing mainly center now in the NFL, I kind of, when I'm seeing the defense, you almost understand more about what, different guys are having to block and the best way to go about it.
What traits do you believe are needed and necessary to become a lineman who can ascend in this conference or even at the next level? What traits?
Yeah, you gotta be tough. You gotta have that mental and physical toughness. Which I think that's just that's just a base level. You gotta have that. You want guys that are confident but are selfless. That are putting the team first. Let's see. You guys that can really, keep going. I think are guys that are smart, guys that, aren't just, I'm going to block this guy in front of me. They understand the scheme. They understand the path of the running back. They understand, the pass protection, what kind of route, the drop back, stuff like that. So being smart and tough, and just then you got to have the guys that are real good can just, flip that switch, and they get on that
Mm,
field and they get a little nasty,
mm.
everybody a little nasty out there.
You know what? That was you to a T. As you look at at how you've had to fight through injuries, what's been the greatest part, man, of what you've been able to do with your body to keep yourself going?
Yeah, I mean, I think a couple parts. It's just it's a learning process for sure. I mean, and I've also always have had a great system around me. I mean, at Vanderbilt, I had awesome training room,
Mhm.
athletic trainers, guys like Dobson, and the strength staff, just always there, just resources that. And as you grow and go through it, you learn to use these resources more. I mean, when I was first at Vandy, I would get hurt, and it's like, all right, I'm hurt, fine, let's just go, whatever. You're young,
Mhm.
you're not really understanding that you have to, how much you got to take care of your body and all that. And I think as you go on, you learn more about that, but you also learn, what you can push through, and some things that'll happen, and you can fight through that. And so it's a little bit of both. It's figuring out what you can fight through, but it's also figuring out how to keep up with your body. And I think that's something, and especially in the last few years, that I've definitely focused on a lot more. And I have been back at Vandy, all the time the last couple of years, because I really believe in that building and that strength staff I was talking about, and that training
Mhm.
room. And it's just great resources. And it's great that y'all let me come back there and use it. So yeah.
JD loves having you in there. We all
Yeah.
do. Man, you're always a welcome sight. Out of Vanderbilt, when you signed as a rookie free agent, um, did you ever envision your career being as long as it's been?
No, I mean, as I was saying, when I was saying that, when I was my family, we were always, I always loved football growing up, but we never knew anything about, the uh, the business side of football.
Right.
When I got to Vanderbilt, I'm like, oh, this is great. I get to keep playing ball. And then I'm at Vanderbilt, like, I'm just gonna play ball. I don't, there was never any real thought about, where am I going. It's just like, today we're gonna play ball. Let's go win some games. And so I think when I was undrafted, even we were like excited. It's like, undrafted, it's great. I'm on the team. Didn't realize how small a percentage of people make the 53-man roster being undrafted. Which is probably a good thing going into it.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
but yeah, I mean, I was put in a great circumstance when I went undrafted to the Chargers, and was able to get an opportunity and capitalize on it. And yeah, who would have thought it would still be here today?
Yeah, it goes back and speaks to your mentality a little bit about, the workmanship. I think, man, there's got to be a strong, work piece to what you do. It's hard to go in and take a grown man's job. After football, what's next in your life? How do you transition? What's your path? Because I know football is what you do, not necessarily who you are, and you're going to do it for as long as you can. But what do you see yourself doing down the road?
Yeah, yeah, it's hard to say. I mean, obviously going to Vanderbilt and getting this degree was great, and it's something I can definitely utilize going forward. And I've, seen myself going into that. I can see myself going two different ways. I can see, that business world that I can go into. Like I said, my whole family being accountants and everything. That's a very easy path for me to take. But I can also see me going, being hard for me to leave the game, and wanting to get back into coaching and all that kind of stuff. But yeah.
Whatever you do, man, you're going to do well. You still got a lot of football in you. So, man, you play football for as long as you can. But, whatever career path, you choose, like a lot of Vanderbilt men that are coming before you, man, you're going to be successful. You really are. If you ever decide to get in coaching, give me a call. Because I'll definitely, I know between myself, Herb Hand, and a bunch of other coaches across the country, man,
That's right.
we'll be vying for your talents and resources. But
Sure.
uh, for me, Spence, man, it's been great to have you on. I definitely appreciate you spending time with me this morning, having a little coffee with Coach. Definitely
Sure.
appreciate it. And I know
Thank
you're
you.
sitting over there with your coffee, but for you, and man, you take care of yourself, you anchor down, and God bless, man. I look forward to seeing what 2020 has for Spencer Pulley.